Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to use my own YouTube just to make sure
This
my.
this green screen seems pretty bad. You can discontinue the green screen because the background I have is pretty good. Yeah, like this one, I can just search it in this way, and we're good.
That I have is pretty good. Okay, the audio is working, and by the way, the audio is good.
Okay, yeah, are we live yet?
Yeah, we're on live, so the audio is working. Go
Okay.
ahead, Faisal.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, are we live yet?
Folks, I'm gonna mute on Zoom just so I don't hear the echo because I'm hearing the back feedback. Um, okay, hello, hello, and thank you. By the way, thank you for being patient. It's been a long journey after changing the software. We had to change the software, and we had to basically go through all the technical challenges to get to the live again. And here we are. My name is Faisal Garcia. I'm with Dominion Lending Center. And there's a very important, I get this question over and over, and I need to answer this. I feel like I need to answer this publicly because this is a question I seem to be getting more often. And yeah, it's a bit concerning that people want to know some parts to it. So here we are. Thank you for being here, and I will let Gillette. Um, Gillette, you can do. We need the presentation slides, right? Thank you. Okay, perfect. So, Gillette, I can take control now. I can go this way, right? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, my name is Faisal Garasi. I'm with Dominion Lending Centers, Mortgage House franchise. There's a license number there. And now I'm going to dive into this entire presentation. By the way, before we begin, I would like to take a minute and say thank you to my team that has worked hard to put this together. The first person I would like to say is James. He's the technical man working behind scenes. And yeah, he made a quick shift from one software to another, and here we are trying to simplify our life and our lives. So thank you, James. And Gillette, who has built this presentation very carefully with lots of research, edits, so on and so forth. And yeah, so thank you, Gillette. Those two folks have put in a lot of work to get to this place. Now I'm going to dive into this presentation, and basically this presentation will answer a key question that we all have. And the question is, are we approaching housing collapse? So that's the question I keep getting from different clients, the ones that have been our clients, the ones that are find our numbers, so on and so forth. Sorry for the cough, folks. I am recovering from a flu, so my apologies. And I'll just have a quick fisherman friend to keep us going. Thank you for attending the webinar. I do suggest to put your mobile on silent mode to avoid interruptions during this. I'll try and wrap this up in about 15-20 minutes if I can. There may be a 5-minute break in between. And please ask questions in the comment section. I'll answer them at the end of the presentation. And at the end of the presentation, you'll learn if there is any possible housing collapse in Canada. So, webinar practices. Quiet place is ideal for better listening during the webinar. Headphones are great idea for understanding. Please put your phone in silent mode to avoid interruptions. Best to avoid multitasking for optimal results. And kindly stay present. I will call them back. Quick ways to connect with us: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and website. There's the phone number on the right, 416-825-0142. Are we approaching a housing collapse? Big question. So, with the interest rate rising, buyers and homeowners are asking the same question. Are we approaching a housing collapse? Now, I'm not sure what I did. Okay, now, okay, so we've had minor bumps in rates. Actually, that should be rates, in interest rates from August to September. The average home in Canada has now fallen approximately 22% or close to 176,000 in a span of 7 months. These are some of the facts, by the way. Canada's benchmark home prices increased 3.3 year over year, yet it is still down 1.9% month over month. What that means is we had a sharp rise and it has dropped, but it is still higher from last year same month. While the average Canadian home prices is down year over year, the performance of housing market across Canada has been mixed, meaning some parts are doing really well, some parts are not doing so well. Some areas continue to see decline in home prices and sales, while others experience increase on monthly basis. So what I have seen, because we get to see mortgage files from time to time, well, I mean, on a daily basis, but from time to time we see purchases, and purchases that are in the higher zone, meaning 2 million property, 1.5, and so on. Those numbers, I would say 1.2 and over, those have taken a bigger hit in drop percentage than 500-600 starter home. So that kind of puts a perspective as to demand of home for a starter home, step up home has not changed, but luxury home has changed. Just to kind of put that in perspective. Canadian housing market data. Transactions have dropped. Average sold prices have dropped. MLS benchmark benchmark price has 12-month has gone up, month over month is dropped. So you know how you see this from first, like the first number is 1 month change, 12-month change, 1 month change, 12-month change on all three aspects. And this is what Canadian housing data has shown. September marked the seventh straight monthly decline in home resales in Canada, down by 3.9%. Property values similarly declined in each of the last months nationwide and in most of Ontario, including Toronto. So Toronto has also seen, even though it is the attraction point for homeowners and investors, it has still seen a price reduction. So if Toronto sees that, most likely every part of Ontario has seen it. Canada's composite MLS, it has fell 1.4% and is now down 8.8 since February's peak. We anticipate Bank of Canada will take its policy rate deeper into restrictive territory to 4% by December. That's what our economist has forecasted. So we're expecting a 0.25% increase, basically. Now, will that 0.25% bring in lower prices on home? It's a 50-50. And I would say no more than yes. Because the home prices that needed to reduce its value has already happened. Can there be more? Maybe slight, but not too much. So that's how I see it. That's what my research says. That's what the data I see. Median price of home sold by Realtor.ca is there, March to September. Now I know we are in November, but the data comes out October 1st, second week. By the time we actually get ourselves, sometimes it takes us a little bit of time. Most homes are going to experience price declines in a high single digit. What that means is you're looking at 7, 8, 9% reduction. Home prices declines 8 to 9% would write an economic poll. Now, with all this data, there's still 5 reasons why housing market is not about to collapse. And number 1 is inventory, which means the number of homes up for sale are still low. Number 1. Okay, so the number of homes, it's a supply and demand. If there is too much supply on MLS for homes, the demand will go down drastically, because now the buyers have an upper hand and they will bid and they'll pay what they think is worth, which is less than because that's what the buyer stand is. So the inventories are low, which supports that the value will not drop as much. It may plateau, it may have a little bit of dip, but not a crazy dip. Number 1. Number 2, builders didn't build enough. They can't build enough to meet the demand. There's too much demand. There's immigrants coming to Canada, and they have to settle their families. We have aging. We have population that's growing in age, so on and so forth. Builders can't keep up with all of the demand, and on top of it, it's the materials and the skilled labor to build them. There's a lot of aspects. Number 3, demographic trends are creating new home buyer. Home buying used to be luxury, used to be a want. Now it is becoming more of a need than want, because you need a place to live. Lending standards still remain strict. And foreclosure activity is really muted. So there's not a whole lot there. So here's my conclusion with all that information. Yes, home prices and interest rates are continuously yes, home prices are reducing and interest rates are continuously rising. Nevertheless, it will not cause a crash in housing market. And we should have said that home prices are reducing. That should have been edited. But yeah, so my goal is to find the lowest rate and fund a mortgage file in 10 days from the application. That's what we aim for. Dominion Lending Center, Mortgage House. My name is Faisal, and I particularly aim to do that. And thank you very much for being here, watching this. And if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to call us. The number is right there. Connect with us. All the details are there. And yeah, thank you very much. I truly appreciate you all watching this video. You have a good one. Gillette, we can stop that now.
Okay, I'm ending it now. Sorry.
Yeah.